Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Wood Podcast. I'm Dom, and obviously you can see alone again this week. So maybe not for the entire episode though. We'll see. How it goes. Last week I filmed the podcast alone again, and I was getting ready to upload it Thursday, and then Wednesday night, I went through all my files and I was deleting old stuff, and I accidentally deleted the podcast from last week. So when I went to upload it Thursday, I accidentally deleted it and it was gone. So I was just thinking there's really no point in doing it, like redoing it again, and I wouldn't be able to regardless. So that's on me. No podcast last week. So I have a bit to go over today from last week and then this week. So yeah, we'll get into that. Let's start off with college football like we do. Then we'll get into NFL, and then we'll do fantasy and hockey last. So let's get into it. College football last week was Miami. Number 18 Miami beating Syracuse. Really good game, 38-10. Carson Beck played pretty well. We were able to switch in a lot of different guys because we were beating them. So we were able to use a couple backups, couple guys that really don't get to play, a couple lower classmen, Actually, our top running back on the day, because Fletcher didn't play, so our top running back of the day was Gerard Pringle, 7 rushes, 55 yards, and a touchdown. We had Francis Maguioa catching a pass on the backfield and scoring a touchdown, 3 yards. And then our leading receiver of the day, Keelan Marion, 3 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. You don't really hear a lot from him. Dylan Upshaw as well, or Dalen Upshaw, however you say it. He had 1 for 41. Good deep threat. Let's see. That guy again, Keontae Scott, had a pretty decent game. Ruben Bain. Like I said, a lot of those guys didn't really play that much because we're being Syracuse so bad. We're just throwing guys in there at that point. When they get like more of the younger guys or the guys that really don't get a lot of playing time in. So that was really it. 38-10, Miami wins. Let's get into games this week. Now go following with Miami again. We have number 15 Miami going up against unranked NC State. We need to win this game. It's an ACC in-conference matchup. I think currently we're number 5 in the ACC, and we were number 15 in the country. We need to be in the top 12 to go to the playoffs. And the only way we can guarantee a spot in the playoffs is if we win out and win the ACC championship. So for that, I don't see this being a problem. So let's hope that we win. We have number 9, Notre Dame, going up against number 22, Pitt. We need Pitt to beat... Actually, no. We're going for Notre Dame because Pitt is in the ACC. So we actually need Notre Dame to win. So we're going for Notre Dame this week. Then we have number 4, Alabama, going up against number 11, Oklahoma. I think we're going to go for Alabama here because Oklahoma, not in the ACC, but they're a lower rank, and they're in front of us. And yeah, we want Alabama to win that. And then number 10, Texas versus number 5, Georgia. Going for Georgia. Texas is a lower rank. They're still in front of us, so Georgia wins. Texas gets moved back, and it makes our case stronger to move forward. So we need Notre Dame to beat Pitt. We need Alabama to beat Oklahoma. We need Georgia to beat Texas. That's that. Let's get into the NFL recap from last week. Thursday Night Football, we had the Broncos beating the Raiders. Not really much to talk about. That game was so bad. It was so unbearable. Pretty much all of the primetime games this week were terrible. They were all bad. None of them were even worth watching. And we had the Dolphins being the Bills 30-13. That was absolutely disgusting, that game. Just the Bills defense didn't come to play. The Bills O-line was sucking so bad. The new guy that we got in free agency, Juju Brent, he made his first appearance and he played really good at DB. So I think he's going to be a mainstay on the defense. Trying to think of who else really shined in the game that I haven't said yet. Greg Dulcich did pretty good, our tight end. One of our tight ends. But he did good in Denver too, so I was actually surprised he wasn't a day one starter when he came. But he did good. Then we had actually a really close game, Falcons versus Colts in Berlin. And that game ended up being 31-25, ending in overtime. The Colts winning. Jonathan Taylor had a really big rush in the game. Yeah, the Colts are just surprising everyone at this point. We had the Jets beating the Browns. For the love of God, put Shedeur Sanders in. You're not hurting your team anymore at this point by putting him in. You're not. Just put him in. I don't know why the Jets would want to win this game. Your season's over. Just let it be over. Try and get a good draft pick. Then you have the Texans beating the Jags in a really close game. That game-winning drive from the Texans was really, really nice. It was, oh my God. Davis Mills drove the Texans down the field. They had a really good kickoff return to like the 40-yard line. And then took them about 40 seconds to go downfield. And then it was Davis Mills with like a 9-yard rush to touchdown corner of the end zone. And, yeah, Jags just choked. They're known for blowing leads. And another high-scoring game, the Patriots beating the Buccaneers 28-23. Drake May, MVP. We all know this. Actually, that's another interesting thing with the Patriots and the Buccaneers is that Gronkowski actually today just retired as a Patriot. He signed a one-day contract with the Patriots and he retired as a Patriot. So that's the end of that. I wonder if Tom Brady will do the same. I doubt it, but we'll see. Then you had the Bears beating the Giants 24-20. Caleb Williams, good. Roma Dunze did really good for fantasy. I think he ended up having like 24 points for me. So I'd love to see that. Giants, they're obviously missing Cam Scadaboo, Malik Neighbors. Their defense has been playing really good. Brian Burns, I think, is the leading sack leader in the NFL. With like, I think it's 8 or 9, maybe 10 by now. Then you had Jackson Dart going down with a concussion. It was the 4th time this season that he's gone into concussion protocol. So that was pretty bad. But yeah, he's going to be out for like a week or two with concussion. And Jameis Winston was announced to be the starter for this upcoming week. And you have the Ravens being the Vikings 27-19. The play calling. I mean, Brian Flores is usually really good, but he just didn't have a defensive plan dialed up this week. The play calling on both sides of the ball for the Vikings, I think, was really weak. And actually, for the first time this season, the Ravens defense actually came to play. So I think that was a big part of why they won. Saints being the Panthers 17-7. Panthers, you can't be losing in these games. You're doing good, and then you lose to Saints. Like, really? Come on. And Saints, same thing as the Jets. Your season's over. Why do you want to try and win? Why? Just take the L, get good draft picks. Seahawks being the Cardinals 44-22. Not really much to talk about. JSN, great. Lions beating the Commanders. Lions beating the Commanders 44-22. Yeah. Oh, what do I want to say about this? I don't even know at this point. Marcus Mariota sucks, so we need a new backup quarterback. That's for sure. Chris Rodriguez doing the best that he can. McNichols, Debo. We have no wide receivers. Debo's the best one that we got right now because Terry's out and he's playing atrocious. Our best defensive player is Bobby Wagner, and he's 36. God rest his soul. And the line, there was a good chunk of the game where Bobby Wagner was in one-on-one coverage with Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, what kind of... Joe Witt. Joe Witt needs to be fired. Joe Witt needs to be fired so bad. Like, I don't even care if it's a linebacker that sucks covering Jahmyr Gibbs. Just don't let it be a 36-year-old on the edge of retirement Bobby Wagner built like a bus trying to cover Jahmyr Gibbs, who's as agile as a cheetah. Like, who's making those calls? Like, Joe Witt needs to be fired so bad. Rams beating the 49ers 42-26. Then you had the Chargers beating the Steelers 25-10. And then, like I said, Monday Night Football sucked. Eagles beating the Packers 10-7. That game sucked. So, let's get into NFL Week 11 predictions. Starting off, we got Thursday Night Football, Patriots versus Jets. Give me the Patriots. This is my Super Bowl matchup. Sunday, 9:30 a.m., Commanders versus Dolphins in Madrid. I mean, at the start of the season, I would have said Commanders, but sadly, I feel like the Dolphins are going to win. Just based off of how they played last week against the Bills, I actually think the Dolphins are going to win. Bengals, Steelers got to win this. Once again, you got the icy hot bowl between Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco. Chargers, Jags rematch from, was it the 2022 playoffs, I think? 2021, 2022 playoffs. I'm going to pick the Chargers. We go there. Buccaneers, Bills, give me Bucks. Bucky Irving is still out, so Rashad White's really carrying the running back duties over there. Bears, Vikings, give me the Bears. The Bears. Texans, Titans, Texans. Titans coming off of a bye. Hopefully they could at least put up a little bit of a fight, but I'm still going Texans. Panthers, Falcons. Give me the Falcons for the win. But I could low-key see the Panthers winning. I don't know why, but I could see them. Giants, Packers. Give me the Packers. Seahawks, Rams. Oh, that's going to be a really good game. Both teams are 7-2, Matthew Stafford is, I think, second or third in the MVP race, which that's unbelievable. But yeah, he's been doing really good. And the past, I think it said in the past five, no, not five, 3 games, he has 9 passing touchdowns, which is wild. Uh, but I think both teams are very dangerous on offense. I'm gonna stick with Seahawks, but this game could go either way. Cardinals 49ers, give me the Niners. Ravens Browns, Ravens. They had to start Shador this game. Chiefs Broncos, Chiefs. The Chefs. Lions Eagles, Lions. That's going to be a really good Sunday night football game. Once again, another terrible Monday night football game, Cowboys Raiders. That's going to be a barn burner. Can't wait for that. Alright, so now let's get into some hockey. Now, Panthers were 8-7-1. Not too good at all. We don't have a game tonight, but the day you're seeing this Thursday, we have a game tonight versus the Capitals. Ovechkin, I think it's at Washington too. Got to win the game. We got to start moving up. I said we have to win at least another 15 games a couple weeks ago before Chucky comes back, because we're really down right now and we need to start winning games bad. So in front of us, for the Eastern Conference, you got New Jersey, 23 points. They're number 1 in the East. Number 2 is Carolina with 22. Number 3 is Montreal with 22. Boston with 22. Pitt with 21. Ottawa with 20. Tampa Bay with 18. And Philly with 18. Then, Western Conference, you have Colorado with 27. Anaheim with 23. Dallas with 23. Winnipeg with 20. LA with 20, Chicago with 19, Seattle with 19, and Vegas with 18. Actually, I just thought of something. I might have... Did I miss... Oh no. Oh shit. Alright, never mind. Okay, alright. So yeah, we really need to get going here with the wins, or else we're going to have a really hard time coming back. Let's jump into fantasy here with football. Currently 5-5, beat Dale last week. He dropped to 6-4. My player of the week last week was Jahmyr Gibbs with 38.2 points. He really did good. Then for hockey, I lost. I dropped to 3-2. My player of the week was Mikko Rantanen with 15.9 points. And this week, right now, I'm currently winning against Dale, and I'm beating him 46.1 to 37.9. So yeah, like I said, circling back on hockey, circling back to the Panthers, really need to step it up. I know we got some injuries on us. We need to get healthy. Our top point scorer is Marchand. I mean, come on, like what are we doing here? Rhino, where we at? Lundell, Usti, Verhage, Samsko, where we at, boys? Where we at? Bennett, where we at? Like, come on. And then our defense is just hurt all over the place. Our fourth line, our fourth line forwards are really hurt. Our second and third line defensemen are hurt. Bob's not playing great. Our backup goalie's not playing great. Tarasov. So yeah, We just really need to step it up all around the board. I think it's really a team morale thing. I think it's more of like, okay, they know that we have a lot of injuries. They know that the team is struggling, and they're just not playing hard enough. I think, like I said, it's just a team morale thing. I feel like once Chucky comes back, I think his expected date to come back is December 9th, I believe. So hopefully he comes back and put lights of fire under our ass, start winning games. That's what's gonna need to happen for us to get back. But the thing is that we're not doing the best of our ability, but we're still able to put up fights in games, and we're still in the race for playoffs. Even though, like I said, the season just started, 8-7-1, you know. But I really do like the fact that we're still in the hunt. We're still trying to win games, you know. I mean, for the Eastern Conference, the eighth team in the conference for playoffs is Philly, and they have 18 points, and we have 17. We're 1 point out from being in the playoffs. With our team not being 100% and not playing at 100%. And, imagine if our team was at 100% and we were playing at 100%. We'd be in the race with all those other teams, if not in front of all those other teams. So, Barkey isn't supposed to come back until, I think it was March or March, April, March or April, maybe a little bit after that. He's already working out without his brace, so that's good to see. Like I said, I said this last week, but it didn't, like I said, the podcast. I said a lot of things last week. I was actually really upset that the podcast missed. I accidentally deleted it, had a lot of clips ready to go. There was a lot of good stuff on that podcast. Really upset about it. But, like I said, I think Barkov's going to pull 2008 John Cena where, John Cena tore his shoulder. I forget exactly what it was. Something with his shoulder, though. He was supposed to be out for 8 months. Came back in 3 months. Won the Royal Rumble. Went to WrestleMania. Won the title. Barkey's supposed to be out for 8 months. He's going to come back in 5 months and win the Stanley Cup. That's what's going to happen. Repeat. I'm hoping, that's really it for the podcast. Dale was actually supposed to be on. Got called last minute work. So, things happen. It's alright. A lot of clips coming out this week. So stay tuned for that. Follow TikTok, Morning Wood Podcast, Instagram. TikTok's mainly for clips. Instagram is mainly for updates on the podcast or news on the podcast. And TikTok we're going to be mainly using for clips. So, like I said, follow both, but for clips, follow TikTok. For news and updates, follow the Instagram. Follow both at Morningwood Podcast. Watching us here, Morningwood Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hype. There's a new thing on YouTube. Right by the comments, there's a hype button. Do that. Show some love. Gets us out on For You pages and stuff, so that'll be good. But like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay classy, America.